My name is Nathan Barant. I am the Benefits and Wellness Program Manager, and we are here for a PAWS, or Panthers Active Wellness Services event. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how you can kind of weather your college experience, whether in class or as an admin, faculty, staff. It's going to be quite an interesting topic to discuss. This is also our first webcast. So it's going to be interesting. As you can see, there were some technical difficulties in getting our things set up, so we want to thank you for those that are here and then those that are out there in cyberspace. I also want to make sure to put a plug out there that our wellness journey has begun. So if you have not logged in and signed up yet for the Wellness Journey program, make sure that you do. It is an 8-week program. You can sign up anytime. And you want to go to 95210.org, and you want to make sure that you log in with your FIU credentials. If you happen to have any questions, thoughts, concerns, or issues in logging in, you're going to want to make sure that you email us at pawswellness@fiu.edu. So again, that is pawswellness@fiu.edu. Okay? So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to an author, a yogi, and an instructor over at our North Campus in BBC. So without any other hesitation, I want to introduce Bonnie Quiceno. Thank you.
So, yes, my name is Bonnie Quiceno, and I just wrote and published a book called Don't Panic, How to Use Yoga to Survive the College Experience. And it's written, obviously, in a voice for the university students, which I know some of you are. But let's face it, faculty and staff, you guys are also surviving the college experience as well, right? From a different perspective. But, I get everybody in my classes, and I know, it's not easy on you either. And sometimes it's tougher on you guys than it is on the students. And the same things that I have in here for the students are completely applicable for you guys as well, because you all have the stress. You're all, most of you are seated too much. You're too much time at a desk. Anybody relate to that? Yes, just unglue me from that desk, right? So, but there are a lot of tips in here to help you with all of those things. And how can you use yoga when you're not actually able to go to class and be on a mat? Because that's fantastic, Who in here has practiced yoga? Yes? So some of you have, and it's great experience, right? But what about when you can't get there and you want that experience, or you need that experience? You need the calming, you need the relaxation, you need to release the pain in different parts of your body. So let me just ask you to begin with, what do you guys want out of this time together? Deer in the headlights. What's that?
How to do yoga at work.
How to do yoga at work? Okay. Anybody else? Anything particular?
How to release stress.
How to release stress? Okay. Anybody else? When you say how to do yoga at work, can you specify for me a little bit more about that?
More like in my workspace, get up and stretch, different movements that, because I'm not wearing yoga clothes, I can also do certain.
What's your workspace like?
Computer, chair, and
Desk. Are you in a cubicle?
very, very small office.
Okay.
Like a cubicle.
Okay. I see some nods of yes. Me too. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any special requests? Hi there. Welcome. I'm good. How are you? Good.
Maybe we should to use some yoga as to meditate, to relax, to get out of the stress in a few minutes before go to class, from class to work.
Okay. Fantastic. So you guys are right up my alley. Yes, go ahead.
I think also yoga will be about what I'm thinking in this moment.
Uh-huh.
So it's not only having to exercise the body, but also my mind. So if I'm having negative thoughts, then I can exercise to positive.
Yes.
So that works for me.
Yes. Excellent. So what you guys are asking me for is exactly what all of yoga encompasses. And that's something that I'm finding right now because, here in the West, we kind of just want a quick fix. We want everything to be like fast food, right? It's like, how fast can I get my food? How fast can I get my relaxation? How fast can I meditate? How fast can I do yoga? right? So, okay, well, sometimes we need to step out of that and take our time and really do the thing. But there are, fortunately, certain ways that we can shortcut and certain things that we can do. Unfortunately, what I'm seeing in a lot of the yoga studios and a lot of the yoga classes is they are only incorporating one of the three aspects of yoga. They're only incorporating the body, and they're leaving out the breath and the mind. So it's what I call the body-mind-breath connection. And I talk about it in the book a lot. And basically, the book is divided into those sections. Like, what can I do for my body? What can I do for my mind? And how can I use my breath to control all of those things? Because in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it actually says that the true emancipation comes through controlling your breath. Let that sink in for a second, right? How many of you think about your breath? Once in a while, yeah. Some of you, yes.
Have you heard about Tai Chi?
Yes, I have.
So how different is yoga with Tai Chi?
There are a lot of similarities in them in that they all come from the same sort of basic foundation of learning to control your ability to have an energy or chi. That's what the chi in Tai Chi stands for. In yoga, we call it prana, or I'm sorry, not prana. It'll come to me in a second. But it's learning to control the energy that we have that we don't know that we have, most of us in the West. And I don't know, a lot of my Eastern students even now are coming to me, and they've become very Westernized and don't know some of these things too that I think may have been traditional knowledge in the past. So they both come from a foundation of knowing that you have the ability to use your body, mind, your breath to control your own self, your own situations within life. Because sometimes we feel like life is happening to us, right? It's like you feel out of control. This is right now is a good example because we just had Irma, right? I think we all felt a little out of control, didn't we? It's like, do I leave? Do I stay? You know, if I stay, do I die? If I go, do I get stuck on the interstate? Do I find gas? Blah, 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 right? If you left, do you feel like you got to move out? What do I take? What do I leave? Am I ever going to find this stuff again? Is it going to get destroyed? When you come back, you have to move back in. You know, so we're all still trying to kind of get our feet on the ground and get in control of that situation. And so, yes, Tai Chi and yoga, these things, and Qigong, they use our abilities that we don't know that we have if we haven't been taught it to take control of these situations. So I'll share with you just a little bit quickly my story because, you know, just because I'm a yoga teacher and I wrote a book doesn't necessarily mean you should listen to me, right? So that you know where I'm coming from and that I can understand where you are coming from. I like getting close. So I'm going to back up a little bit. I had, gotten my yoga teacher certification, and I was, all gung-ho and excited, and I wanted to share it with everybody, right? And so consequently, whenever anybody called me and said, can you come teach a class? I said, yes. Yes, I'm here, I'm there, so I was all over the place, constantly in my car. I finish this class, I jump in my car and I drive over there. I finish this class, I jump in my car and I drive over there. So I was constantly going, constantly running, constantly giving, to the point that I forgot about me. I forgot to make time, to create a space in the day ever for my own practice, for my own breath. And I started getting tired. And I had started the yoga program at FIU up at the North Campus with Oscar. Some of you guys may know Oscar Loyanas. And so we had started the yoga program there, and it was great, and it was going well. And then suddenly, I realized one day I came out of teaching, and I always have line of students asking questions, and I would be there for an hour and a half afterwards answering questions, because if you have a question, I want to answer it, right? So I was spending tons of time afterwards in addition to the classes, and And I would realize I'd get to my car, and I didn't have the energy to drive home or to drive to my next class. I would literally have to take a nap in order to be able to start my car and safely drive to my next destination. When I would get home, in times when I wasn't going to class and I could go home, I would get in my living room. Sometimes I would take a nap out front before I got out of the car. Then I would get into my front door. Halfway across the living room, I would fall, just lay on the floor and go to sleep. And I finally thought, wait a minute, this is continuing. This is not going away, and it's getting worse. What is wrong with me? I'm a yoga teacher, and I can't teach class without getting out of breath. Literally, I got to the point where I couldn't walk around the room to demonstrate or give adjustments because I would start panting like I just didn't have enough breath. And I thought, this is kind of not how it's supposed to look, I think. Nobody told me I was signing up for it to be like this. I don't think I like this. And I started reevaluating my life and what I was doing and the things I had learned in yoga. And I realized I was teaching them, but I was applying none of them to my own life, to my own self. So here I am teaching yoga, making other people feel great or helping them to make themselves feel great. Meanwhile, I have completely trashed my own body and my own life. And so that's when I had my wake-up call. And I said, okay, I have a student, a private client, who's going to be out of town for a month. I'm going to just take his time slot for me. That's going to be my practice time. So the next day, it's time. I get on my mat. And I thought, I just want to do a downward dog. For those of you who don't know, downward dog, you're on your hands and your feet. Your hips are up in the air. You look like a big triangle, right? I just want to do a downward dog. So I get on my mat and I do a downward dog, and my arms didn't hold me. I fell on my head. And I just lay there in a little crumpled heap on my mat and fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't practice yoga now. I've run myself on the ground so much, I can't practice. I can't do it. I was sitting, not at a desk, but I was sitting in a car all the time. I was not breathing. When I was doing, I was overdoing, because when you're adjusting however many students all day long, that's not for your body, that's for their body. So I was not doing anything I was supposed to take care of myself. I wasn't practicing what I preached. So I said, okay, well, I have to get over this, so what can I do? Okay, I can breathe. So I started literally. The next day, my practice was, how many deep breaths can I do? I could do 3. That was it, 3. 3 and I was done. I needed a nap again. I was toast. That was it. I couldn't take in any more oxygen because oxygen is giving us what we call prana, which is the life force, the chi. So when you breathe, you take in that prana. And if you haven't been breathing enough and you start taking in more volume of prana, more volume of life force, there's only so much your body can hold sometimes. You have a limit to your capacity. You have to build up to it. So I had to emancipate myself 3 breaths at a time every day until I finally was able then to have enough energy to visualize myself doing a part of a yoga practice. I couldn't visualize it all the way through because it was too much. I didn't have the energy to visualize that much. My visualization skills had gotten too short because I wasn't using them. And then finally I could visualize my way through a whole class until I could finally start to practice little. So I started with my breath, and then I started with my mind, and finally the body could come along. So I know where you're coming from. And for those of you who are students, I was a college student at one time, plus I've been teaching at the university for 17 years now, and students tell me everything. Pretty much I don't think there's anything I haven't heard by now. So I've learned a lot from other students as well as, knowing from my own college experience. So I know where you're coming from. And that's why, I want to stand up here and tell you what you can do and how you can help yourself through, the stresses and the tension and the et cetera, et cetera. So, the first thing we'll start with is your body. So let's stand up. Just get yourself a little space. Yes, move your chair out of the way a little bit. We're just going to start by standing with your feet about hips width apart. Yes, take your shoes off by all means. I've got mine off. I can't speak with shoes on. That's the first thing I do. I walk up, take my shoes off. I can't do much of anything important with my shoes on. When I got married, I could only wear ballet slippers. I want to be barefoot. All right, so feet just about hips width apart. Let's take a gentle twist. So this one is going to begin to release tension in your spine. It's also going to get the blood moving down into your hands and your fingertips. How many of you work at a computer? How many of you are experiencing some wrist issues, finger tension, tightness in the hands? So this will help. You're just going to breathe deeply. Yeah. Loosen up your spine. In yoga, we say that you are as young as your spine. There's 6 directions your spine moves. It bends forward, it bends back, it bends right, it bends left, and it twists right and left. Yeah, good. All right, shake out your hands. Good. And I guess I'm supposed to have this PowerPoint thing going, but I'm not used to teaching with it, so Nathan, you have to excuse me. Are we good? Okay, so there's some nice photos from my book, but we're small so you can see. So just walk over to your desk here. We're going to pretend this is your desk in your cubicle. And just put your hands on it. So we're going to do, not down dog, but we're going to do desk dog. So when you're tight in your shoulders, your upper back, get that tension, your whole spine just feels compressed. Do you feel that sometimes? Like somebody put like a stack of encyclopedias on your head and press down, and you're like, squish, right? So just stand up, put your hands on your desk, walk your feet back. And keep the palms of your hands on your desk and go back until your spine can be parallel to the floor. Now, it may not be because it's going to depend on how open your shoulders are. It's going to depend on how open your hips are and how much your back or your low back will release to let you do that. Now, if you need a little more support, walk in a little closer so you have your forearms instead of just your hands. That's also going to help you open up the chest center from hunching over a computer. Yes. Good. I want you to take 3 deep breaths here. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Good. Now just walk your feet back in, coming closer back into your desk. Yeah. How's that feel? A little more open in the shoulders, a little more chest open, a little release here, a little release here. All right, good. So that's desk dog. Not down dog, but desk dog. All right, so then we're going to do half rock. So just turn your left side towards your desk. And you can just put your hand right there. It doesn't matter. You can do either one, left or right. We'll do the other one in a minute. So then you're going to bend your right knee and reach back with your right hand. I want you to just turn your right palm out like you're hitchhiking. Yeah? Everybody hitchhike? Yep. And then open the palm the way you had it before, Claudia. Yes. And now grab the inside of your foot if you can. If you can't grab your foot, grab your pants leg. Yeah? Good. Now I want you to push your tailbone down and forward because sometimes we start to arch the back and that's going to compress the lower spine, which we don't want to do. With your right hand, pull the foot in as much as you can so you start to stretch your quadriceps. Keep pressing the front of your hip forward. Ah, yes, yeah. Quadriceps are like, you forgot all about me and now you're doing this. Yeah, they get tight. Quads get tight when we just sit, right? So they need to be stretched. It's going to also help loosen up that tension in the hip crease, hip flexors. You get tension there. Breathe. Yes. Typically breathing in through the nose and out through the nose in yoga because that's going to calm your mind, which relaxes your body. But if you're feeling a lot of tension or something painful that you need to let go of, you want to inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. All right, let's release that right foot. Turn around, put your other hand. Now with the free hand, you're going to turn it out like you're hitchhiking. Yeah? And then you're going to bend that left knee, reach back and grab the inside of the foot if you can. If not, grab the pants leg. So the reason we want to turn it out is because we want to rotate the shoulder open. If you turn it this way, you're rotating the shoulder in. You get enough of that over your computer, right? We want to open it up. Good. So pulling the foot in towards the buttocks or towards the hip. Press your tailbone down. Good. Breathe. Yeah, that one hurts too. It's equal opportunity pain. Good. Yes. One more good deep breath. And now release that left leg. You guys are good at breathing. I like it. It's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to find a wall space, or one of these pillars over here is good too. And you're going to stand with your right side right up against the wall. Yes, just like that. What's your name?
Judith.
Judith? Nice to meet you, Judith. Just like Judith over here. Yep, right side against the wall. Right side, yes? Now, I want you to turn, we're going to imagine that I have a wall right here, okay? I have my imaginary wall. So we're going to turn that right palm to the wall. Yes? So not this way. Don't rotate the shoulder forward. Hitchhike again. Turn the thumb back. Yeah? Are we good? Everybody got it? Who's already feeling some stretch in their shoulder? Yeah. All right. So take a deep breath. And we're going to just slide that hand up behind you, keeping the palm flat on the wall. Now you guys have got some pictures over here on the wall, so just be mindful as you get up there not to knock them off the wall. Yeah. Keep going. Just go as high as you can. High as you can. Yeah. Now watch the right shoulder. Try and bring it forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keeping the chest lifted up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Can you go higher? If you can, go a little higher. If not, don't worry about it. Yeah, go ahead and use an entire wall space. Yeah. Good. Go as high as you can. I'm just going to run over here. Breathe. Bring your right shoulder forward as much as you can. Try and keep the right shoulder parallel to the left one. That's it. How's that? Is that okay?
Much better.
Yeah, step a little closer to the wall for me. Is that all right? Yeah, good. Good, good, good. And breathe. We're going to just turn your hand out the other way. Yes, perfect. And then on an inhale, slowly slide your hand back down that wall. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind. No forcing. Beautiful. So now turn around, put the other side to the wall. Good. So now you're going to turn the left palm out. Again, like you're hitchhiking. Yeah, and then with the palm flat. So rotating your left shoulder open. Take a breath. And now slowly begin to creep that left hand up the wall. Yes. Good. Can you rotate it a little bit more? Is that okay? Would you tell me if it wasn't? Okay. Try and keep the chest up. Yeah. Try and keep the right shoulder back, parallel to the left one, as much as you can. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. Good. I'm sorry I'm touching you without asking. If I touch you guys and you don't want to be touched, please tell me. Okay. Touch, touch, touch. Good. Yes. Let's turn your palm out the other way. So I'm going to just flip your palm. Yes. Are you breathing? Always making sure that you're breathing very deeply. Yeah, good. Take one more big breath in together. And exhale. Now slowly creep the left hand down the wall. Yes. Excellent. And you know what? You guys are overachievers, so I'm going to throw one in for you that I don't have in the book and I don't usually teach, but I can see you guys can handle it and you need it. So turn and face the wall. Yes? Now, take your right hand and reach it over to the left side of you. So you're putting the back of your right arm against the wall. The back of your palm against the wall. So flip your palm so I can see it. Yes, like that. Yes, there we go. Good. Now walk as close to the wall as you can and press the front of your left shoulder towards your right arm. So you're now stretching the other side of the arm. Is that okay? Yes, you were doing great anyway. Just want to give you a little more oomph, a little more bang for your buck. Yeah, does that feel good? You feel the stretch here? Can you make your elbow straight? And you can bring it a little lower if you like. Yeah? Can you straighten the elbow all the way? Okay, good, good. You feel stretch here? Yeah, so you should be feeling stretch in the outer upper arm, back into the shoulder blade a little bit. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, just lean into that arm. Try to make this right elbow as straight as you can. So reaching the arm straight, straight, straight. Yeah, there we go. Aha, yes. There we go. Yes, good. And then on an inhale, release slowly out of it. Good. Now let's do the other arm. So reaching your left arm across to the right side, facing the back of your hand towards the wall, your palm out towards me. Yes, good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let that left shoulder relax. Think of dropping the top of the shoulder down. Feel the scapula release down. I'm sorry. I keep getting too close to you guys and making noise. Okay, drop the shoulder, relax. Yeah, be mindful because we do a lot of things in our daily lives that draw the top of the shoulders up, and we want to let them relax here. So can you let this drop down, top of the shoulder, relax? Just bring the whole arm down a little bit. Depress the scapula. Good. Breathe. Good. Lean on that arm as much as you can. Take one more breath in. Exhale it out. Good. And now let that left arm slowly relax down. Yes. Fantastic. Good. So you can come back over this way now. Good job. So how are your shoulders feeling? Better? Yes? All right, so we're going to have a seat in your chair again now. But I want you to pull the chair out, and I want you to sit on the edge of your chair. So I know we all have really great posture in our chairs. I do too. Yeah, you know, I love to sit like this. Like, it's really good for me too. So sitting right up on the edge of your chair. Yeah, just so you can feel your sit bones. Wiggle around, wiggle and jiggle. I don't know when's the last time you thought about your sit bones, but you want to find them now and get right on top of them. They feel like two little tiny feet if you really get on them. And if you think of them as little tiny feet when you're sitting, it's very useful because what happens when we're standing? We're on our feet, right? What do our feet do? They support us. What happens when we're not standing on our feet? We're sitting. We've got to have support from somewhere, right? So if you think of those little sitting bones at the bottom of the pelvic girdle right there, like two little feet. Just find those little feet and see if you can get your weight even on those two little sitting bones. Are we there? Now check in with your lower back. See if you're tipping your pelvis forward. You can also use your hands at the top of the pelvic bone and notice if you've got it tipped forward, your index finger is going to be lower down than your thumb. So then you know you want to drop your tailbone down and even out index and thumb so they're level. Yes? Are we good? And then just let your hands relax. Now I want you to actually push into the floor with your feet. What happened when you did that? You get a little taller. What did you say over there? Yeah, you sit up a little straighter, exactly. So we don't think about when we're seated using our feet to support us, right? We just kind of sit. However we sit, and our feet just kind of dangle around there. So press into the floor. I don't mean you have to constantly be sitting at your desk pushing into the floor, because that would be pretty tiring too. But sometimes press into the floor. Find your sitting bones. Get your spine tall. And by pressing into the floor with your feet, what else happens besides you sit taller? What happens in your legs? You feel activation of these muscles, right? Which is good. You know what happens when we sit? You know the femur bone, this big bone that runs through your thigh? When you sit a lot, the pressure pushes that femur bone into the front of your thigh. That's not really where it's meant to be. It's meant to be more towards the back of your thigh. And do you know what happens when it gets pushed to the front of your thigh? It messes up your digestion. How about that? You would never think of it, right? So having that femur bone pressed up on all the time, sitting, then we wonder, why am I bloated? Why am I gassy? Why am I not digesting my food, right? And what happens when you don't digest your food well? Someone gets sluggish. It's hard to think. Yeah, especially this is why, or part of why, after we go to lunch, we come back in the afternoon, we get that mid-afternoon slump, because our digestion is sluggish, because we've been pushing that femur bone up and up and up in the thigh. So every now and then, activate your legs, press down into the floor, Feel the legs work. Feel the spine get long. Yes. And then that's going to help take pressure off your low back, off of that space between your shoulders. Who gets pain right here? I do. This is one of my big ones. Right between my shoulder blades gets like a knot. Yeah? It's also going to help take pressure off your neck. So this is called chair mountain. When you stand up in yoga, you have mountain pose like this, right? So you can get pretty much the same benefits seated, just activating all the same things. Spread your toes. Kick your shoes off at your desk and spread your toes out when you can. Shoes make our feet really dumb. Those muscles can't work, right? And the muscles in our toes come down the whole lower leg. So when those get dumb, that affects our lower leg. Our lower leg is pretty important. It's part of the foundation, right? Part of what holds us up, part of what makes us move around. So spread your toes and press down. Lift up through the crown of your head. Just let your hands rest on your thighs. And now just close your eyes. Let the bottom of your chin get parallel to the floor. Take 3 really big deep breaths as a community here. Breathe in. Yes. Good. Open your eyes. Who remembers the days of smoke breaks? You just took a breath break. Way better for you, right? All right. So now, you're still seated on the edge of your chair. Just take your right hand back behind you. And then take your left hand on top of your right knee if you can. Yeah? All of you can get that, right? If you can't, you would put it on the inside of your left knee, but I think all of you look like you have it there. So you're going to press down into your chair with your right hand. Feel your spine lift a little bit taller. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your belly in. And now look back over your right shoulder. Good. Breathe. Let the top of the shoulders relax down. So now we're massaging the digestive organs, further helping the digestion. You don't want to do this immediately after lunch, but maybe before lunch. So go ahead and get the digestive system awake. Stimulate the peristalsis and get it moving so that when you come back from lunch, you're not like ready to pass out and sleep. And that way you're much more productive. So when you go check Facebook, you can be much better at it and much faster so you don't get caught. One more deep breath in. And then exhale gently. Release back to the front. Good. Now take the left hand behind you. Same thing. Left hand behind. Point your fingers back. If you were in a chair with arms on it, you could also grab hold of the arm of the chair instead. Take your right hand to the outside or top of the left knee, or if you can't reach that, to the inside of the right knee. Press into the seat with the left hand. Inhale. Sit really tall. Press into the floor with your feet. Exhale. Pull your belly in and look back over your left shoulder. Try to slide the shoulder blades back towards each other. So think of, just imagine I gave you a pencil and told you you have to hold it with your shoulder blades. Slide the shoulder blades together. Yeah. Good. Believe it or not, the ability to move the shoulders forward and back also has a lot to do with neck tension. So moving the shoulders back and getting that open is going to also help release tension in your neck. One more breath in. And exhale. Good. Gently release back to the front. So now you're going to take your right ankle and put it up on top of your left knee. So I'm sitting at my desk. I'm doing my stuff on my computer, right? Just prop your right foot up sometimes. What happens when you do that? You just opened up your hip. Yeah? You feel the stretch? I don't know if you can see me, but here, I'll stand on the chair. Then you can see me. So when you do this, you're going to get this stretch. You're going to feel it from here across and out this way. Yeah? So all those adductor muscles, the ones that bring your legs in towards the body, they're going to get a little stretch. So you just sit like that, right? Then you say, oh, you know what? I think I need a little more stretch. Push your chair back away from your desk. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward over that right leg. Now, for people who can't fold forward, if your desk is in the way, that can be one thing. If you can move back, move back. If not, just resting your head on the desk. Or if you're not able to drop forward over your leg because your hips and your back are too tight or you're having some back pain, you can rest your arms on your thigh or your hands on your thigh and just take yourself forward as far as you can. You feel that opening in the hip, releasing in the right side of your low back. Can you feel it? Yes? All right. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Good. Now inhale, come back up and reach up high. Spread your fingers wide. Yes, just bring some life into them and release it down. And then put your right foot down. Now we're going to take the left one up. Same thing. All right, I did my right one. Now the left one's feeling left out. Let me do some work here. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Let that knee gently drop down. So it may not drop down. For some people, it's way up here. That's okay. You feel the same stretch as somebody with it down, just feel it in a different place. It's not right or wrong. It's just a different place. Everybody's yoga posture is where they feel it. Everybody feel a little stretch here? Yeah. Push down into the floor with your right foot. Lengthen your spine. So you're applying the mountain pose, chair mountain here. Yeah. Feels adds a whole nother element, right? It's amazing how simple something that little bit of movement shifts everything. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Now, while you're here, see if you can let your arms relax. See if you can let your neck relax. Because the weight of your head is really fantastic for releasing tension in your neck and shoulders, but you got to use it right. So it sits up there all the time with gravity pulling down. So now you get to reverse that. Let the weight of your head pull down. Good. And now as you inhale, slowly coming back up. Good. Let's release the left leg. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are like, what? You gypped us on this side. Good. Release it down. Yes, I love that. All right, so inhale. If you want to make this a little more abdominal work, stay on the edge of your seat, lift your legs, and exhale, release. If you want to make it less abdominal work, slide back at the support of your chair, lift and release. Just do this however many times you feel like it. Get these muscles working. Wake up the legs. Circulation gets pretty crummy when we're sitting all the time, right? Just bent here. Sometimes the feet swell. Yes, good. All right, so eye strain, brain fog, quick release. Just sitting in your chair, either straight or using the back of your chair. I'm going to inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look to the right as far as you can. Exhale, look to the left as far as you can. Inhale, look up to the right as far as you can. Exhale, look down to the left as far as you can. Inhale, look up to the left. Exhale, look down to the right. Now draw big, giant circles with your eyes. Breathe deeply. Breathing in. Remember, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Reverse the circles of the eyes. Good. And now just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Good. Keep your eyes closed. So you learned already to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose to calm your mind, to relax your body. That's the main thing you need to know about your breath. There are many different breathing techniques, but that's the main one. If you can get that under control, it'll change everything. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, soft, deep, full breaths. You've done some work for your body. So now I want you, with your eyes closed, to shift your awareness more to your head. I want you to see, feel, or imagine what it is that you want to do or become or be. What do you want to do, be, or become? See it. See yourself doing, being, or becoming that. We'll just refer to it as that. How do you look? How do other people look at you? What do other people say about you as you do, be, or become that? And what do you say about yourself? How do you describe it to others? how do you feel doing, being, or becoming that? I want you to just stay with that feeling of doing, being, or becoming that. Throughout the day, just return to it, see it, feel it, hear it. What does it taste like? What does it smell like? And know that these small skills and techniques that you have learned in here today, you can use them anytime. You can return to any of this at any time. And as you see, feel, or imagine yourself doing, being, or becoming, so it is. It shall be. So I'd like to thank all of you today. Open your eyes when you're ready. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today. Give yourselves a big hand. You're the brave ones, because I know sometimes the word yoga scares people for a lot of different reasons. So you can tell people it's really easy, right? It wasn't difficult. Did we do anything that killed you? Are you going to be able to walk tomorrow? Okay, all right. So thank you all for coming. Nathan, thank you so much for organizing this. And if you're interested in the book for you or yourself or someone else, it's on Amazon. And I have a little bookmark for you guys. Is it okay if I give them a bookmark? Yeah, I'll give you guys a bookmark. It's called Don't Panic, How to Use Yoga to Survive the College Experience. It's on the bookmark. So the bookmark actually has a link, but it's not the best link, they tell me. The better is to just go to Amazon and search the name and my name, and they say that's a better link, but this is the one they gave me, so thank you.
All right, so we're going to go ahead, and I want to thank everybody on behalf of Panthers Active Wellness Services, PAWS, myself, HR, and Bonnie for those that were able to make it here with us, and I want to thank those that were able to log on and listen to our first webcast. With that, our next one will be tomorrow with Bonnie at BBC. That one will not be webcast, but our next webcast will be October 11th, and we'll be here on how you can increase or better your nutrition in the real world. And we're going to be doing that with Baptist Health. They're going to be coming out and assisting us with that. So we look forward to seeing you then. And if you don't remember 95210.org. Log in, sign up for the Wellness Challenge. And until next time, I hope that you take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you.